Are we on the internet? Hello, internet. Okay, so
welcome to Game Theory.
welcome to our D&D.
Copyrighted.
I spent a long time trying to. I'm really bad at technology. I'm a theater kid. Never did crew. I should have. Anyway, so last session was 2 weeks ago, and a lot of shenaniganery ensued. Long story short, the party was continuing their way through the trials and the story of Zeechrah, finishing up with the Kariki and moving on towards the Peko. On their journey, they met a Aasimar Paladin, our wonderful Ash, who radiates dad vibes, but is also powerful.
Aaron, who doesn't radiate dad vibes?
Everybody radiates dad vibes. You know,
everyone's a dad to PJ,
it's
okay?
Party dads.
Everyone radiates different dad vibes.
Yeah. So, but the party continued their way towards the now very sadly for Tranelis, the ghost town of the treetop tribe of the Peko, in which you guys were kind of searching around, trying to find various things. You're currently up in the treetops of the village, and Tranelis is sitting in the home of his mother-in-law and the previous tribe elder, Fagwin. What would you like to do?
Ascend the throne.
Keep sitting there. I'm gonna keep sitting there respectfully.
What do we see?
No, but Sophia, I'm by default the elder because I'm the only one alive.
So the Peck, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Come here.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
I assist. Can I assist?
Yeah,
Make sure.
Yeah, you can assist.
Yeah, thank you for the assist.
Of course.
Advantage.
Do you want a +6? Let me know if you need a plus.
13.
Okay, yeah.
And I will be right back.
You want a
like
+6.
You're fine.
I left my dice upstairs.
So,
So after this description, I'm going to go get my...
You're good. So as you kind of look around, after climbing to the tops of these giant trees, you know, like the redwood trees in California, those like super like hella tall trees. These are what those trees, the trees of Zeechrah, are like. As you're kind of climbing your way to the top and kind of are getting a second to really look around, it looks like at one point this village was very lush and beautiful. It is the entire village itself is connected by like rope bridges. Some are just trees with little platforms that you have to jump to get across. And they are all on varying levels. Some of the homes are like huts that are built off on like platforms, while others are actually built into the tree itself. And it's much brighter up here. It looks like at one point there would have been like a lot of shade that would come from a lot of the canopy of trees up above everyone. But as Zeechrah is dying and decayed, the trees are just petrified and bare. And you can see unbearing sunlight just beating down. It's a little bit warmer up here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very...
Okay.
Were we planning on taking a short rest?
I think we took a long rest before.
I think so.
I have not taken a rest.
Because we were all like taking turns at the tent.
Right.
And then Beelizio showed up, as did the soul of Fagwin.
So
Yeah,
I think
I showed up after that.
they're more so meaning the fight after, which is where you guys use a lot of your stuff. I think you guys took a long rest kind of at the foot of the tree before venturing your way up. I'm pretty sure. I'll just say you did because it's been 2 weeks and you guys, I'll give it to you. So, you're kind of with the rest of the party climbing up. Do you want to venture into one of the various homes? Sure.
PJ's gonna attempt to join you.
Okay, so both PJ and Aries, go and make athletics checks for me as you're trying to kind of climb your way up these trees.
Oh no.
I'm back.
I'll let you use acrobatics for this. Okay. PJ, what'd you get?
Okay, I got a 12.
Okay. So,
A solid
Aries,
12.
you effortlessly kind of jump from tree to tree, kind of dexterously moving about, actually kind of swinging from the vines to make your way up there. PJ, as you look down, as you finally kind of reach that higher platform, you see PJ is like struggling to like climb up the knots of the tree, and it's just heaving and hoeing and tired. Sure, you. PJ, a rope kind of falls next to you.
PJ goes to grab it and then just kind of like bites it with his teeth and just like squeezes on with his knees.
Okay, as you're kind of like holding on for dear life, Aries, go and make an athletics check for me to try to pull PJ up. Okay, so you like, just kind of moving in those sailor's moves and just like pulling up this rope, and you see PJ is holding on for dear life, just looking at like the 300-foot drop that is down. But eventually you both make it to kind of that tallest hut. And you see sitting kind of in the main chamber of this room is Tranelis, who's just sort of silently meditating with a turtle shell sitting in his lap.
I know he entered, right? Like, I mean,
you hear the heaving of PJ and Aries like saying, like swearing, because that's kin to what Aries does.
I'm gonna
26
fly
passive for 26
fly-
passive. I know that they're there.
I'm gonna fly up after him.
Okay,
By the way,
you bring out the bow. Ingrid kind of falls over, transforms, and you fly your way up.
Could I follow Kamir and like use my like flying boots thing and just follow him up?
Yeah, you feel your winged boots sort of and hover you up with Kamir. It is as yeah.
They all either flew or like literally scrambled up the side of a tree. Is there not like just a ladder?
There's not
or stairs.
Oh.
There is not. There's just these are all like
there's just
upper
tree
platforms.
It seems that from the vibe you get, that these people that used to live here were very dexterous individuals, were very like physically capable individuals. This was sort of not something they really sweat, like climbing.
They were cow people.
All right.
They were ripped cow people.
Why? Okay.
Do these look like sturdy enough that they could handle like a little bit of abuse?
Oh yeah. These are like
yeah. I'm just gonna take
bit.
out 2 hand axes and just start just.
That's how you infect the tree
what?
with viruses.
You're doing what?
Okay, so as Aries, you kind of come out and kind of try to look at Ash. Ash, go ahead and make an athletics check for me. We'll say, let's make an athletics check for me.
This is not going to go well.
That is cocked between a 4 and an 11, so I'm gonna.
Okay.
Stop rolling into corners where you are cocked. There. 24.
Not a good enough
Okay, so
reason
you
to use the word cocked.
There is, as you are kind of looking down and trying.
You know what I mean.
Trying to find Ash. You hear him before you see him with like the fucking insane plate armor and the into the side of the tree, and you look down,
just rappelling up,
and you can see just a look of rage in his eyes. Ashielra is just has made it to the top of the tree, and his arm cascades over the side. Tranelis, with your 23 passive perception,
26. Correction, Aaron, 26.
26 passive perception.
Jesus Christ!
You hear the precious trees of Zeechrah that are already dead and petrified and all that fun stuff being hacked into.
Loud
Desecrated.
exhale. That's it. Loud exhale.
The first kind of audible sound that Tranelis makes, you kind of have all made your way up, which is, now as you're all up there, you're really, it's kind of like a tight squeeze as you're sort of moving into the room. It seems to be like a one-bedroom home. And you're kind of all like kind of squeezing your way into it. Within the bedroom itself is a large tapestry with a tree and 3 kind of circles, different colored circles at the bottom. A shelf kind of full of different carved statues out of wood, and like different headdresses, and kind of different iconography and stuff like that. Kind of several kind of smooth stones that seem to be like kind of used for cooking or kind of grounding herbs of some kind, and a straw and bread that has many, many kind of cloaks and like furs laid upon it. What are you guys doing? You find kind of just several different kind of animal carving. One of a gorilla, one of a chimpanzee, one of an eagle, one of a sugar glider.
Are there any pictures?
Yes, there's not really any pictures, but there's a tapestry.
As Tranelis probably sees them going towards the tapestry, that tree is Aratema, and the 3 below are the seeds of each tribe. Just without looking up from the bowl. That's what I'm trying to figure out. This, basically Tranelis has this little bowl, this, like, turtle shell with elderberries, black, tourmaline.
There's one black tourmaline crystal, like a large one, and there's elderberry, like dried elderberry leaves and rosemary.
Elderberries?
And then there's also 6 river stones, with the carving of a bull, bear, cat, eagle, fox, and owl.
Do you think it could be some kind of ritual of this tribe, or
this was a resurrection ritual?
It was a protection ritual.
Protection ritual, probably to protect against the plague. This turtle shell. This was the turtle is something that represents me a lot, and this was something Fagwood was not supposed to have because I was banished. She kept this hidden behind that tapestry.
It was specifically, Tranelis, I'm kind of like looking at it, that it was specifically a protection ritual done for you.
Okay.
Lord.
Do I know when
No,
it was done?
you don't know. Like post you leaving, that's kind of all you got.
Okay. She did this after I left. I'm not quite sure what effect it had. She did not want me banished, and she was my mother-in-law. That wasn't her. That was a corrupted spirit. It was her spirit, but it was corrupted. Kind of like the way the giant was corrupted in Vilemere. Just different magic.
DM.
Yes.
Does PJ know the both medicinal and just like chemical purposes and uses for elderberries?
Go ahead and just roll a nature check for me.
That would be a 17.
Elderberries can be used in certain like healing things. Specifically, they can be used for like fixing burns. But the sense you get that these kind of specific herbs were not chosen for scientific purposes, but for spiritual purposes.
Have I read of any spiritual connection for them?
Roll a religion check.
Would I just know of that?
You just know. You just know Tranelis. Because you grew up in the Harna. This is a specifically Harna made ritual.
And
Dirty
all the
20.
information you told us is everything that Tranelis knows.
I got a dirty 20.
So you know that in kind of some kind of like traditionalist and base kind of like specifically like worshippers of Pelor kind of on like outskirts of farms, that rosemary and elderberry leaves specifically are used in protection-based rituals and protection-based magics.
Basically, what Aaron's saying is we have all that we really know about that. There was a branch in there that I touched, and I saw Fagin's memories.
As you see, Tranelis sort of just points the tapestry, and you guys kind of get the fuck.
I take the tapestry down, and I'm curious, how big is the tapestry?
Very large. It's like it takes up like half of the space.
In comparison to Tranelis, how big is the tapestry?
Oh, like
Tranelis is also very large.
It's about as tall as you are, and like about as like a little bit wider.
Okay. I'm gonna hold on to that for a little while.
You sort of like it's like a giant rug that you're now carrying.
Bag of holding.
And as you see, Tranelis takes over the. Oh yeah, go ahead, Ares.
This isn't something I want to fold, and I roll it.
You see, as Tranelis takes the tapestry, you see kind of a naturally carved, seems to be kind of nook in the wood, almost like maybe an animal lived there at one point. But you can see that there are several items that are sitting in this nook. A old kind of gnarled tree branch with vines that kind of wrap around it, and ivy. Let's see, that's no longer in there. What looks to be kind of a spot where the turtle shell was sitting. And what looks to be you took that out of there too. As the remnants,
I didn't take that out.
Yeah. And the remnants of what seems to be a couple of like it's like dust and kind of various stuff of something else, something smaller that was left there lighter.
When I touched that branch, I did so twice. I saw Fagin's memories. And then while in her memories, my magic was able to manipulate the world at that time. So I was able to cast a message to her in her past. So asking her to leave her staff behind. She didn't.
How the hell does that work? I've been around, but I don't think I've ever heard of.
And would we be able to do so again?
Yeah, Aaron, have I heard about magic? Aaron, have I heard about magic that can do that?
Roll a history check. Come here.
You could, but for the sake of Zach, it was like a 30. That was my entire one shot. Seeing memories.
I assist. Come here.
Specifically, Ruby, I'll say that you can't assist with this because this is specifically Kamir looking back at his your history.
Yeah, I don't think it would make sense for you to do that. I appreciate the help, but 15?
15. You have never heard of anything like this before.
Okay, yeah, I'll admit I'm a little out of my depth here, but that sounds.
You do get the sense, Kamir, that a lot of this stuff of what you've never kind of heard before comes from Zeechrah being such an isolated island.
Yeah.
There's a lot of magics that are very old and have been passed down through tradition that have never been kind of influenced by anything else.
Kamir's feeling both out of his depth, but also right at home with all this cursed stuff.
So I told her to leave her staff behind. And then I found, after I came out of that vision, these 6 river stones in the turtle shell. And I'm not quite sure what they mean.
Well, you said yourself it's a protection ritual, right?
The stones are not part of that. Wait, are there river stones, Aaron?
You don't get the sense that they are. They were left there after you influenced the memory.
Okay, can I try and figure out if she's referencing something specific from my childhood, or...
You don't get the sense that she's kind of, you don't really think back to anything of where you experienced any of those creatures that hold any significance to you.
So it doesn't mean anything to Tranelis at all?
Not really.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of pick one up and like turn it over, specifically the cat one.
You kind of turn it over in your hand.
Wait,
Actually, no,
Tranelis.
the owl one.
You kind of flick it in your hands. It's smooth. It's well carved.
They're not magic. I already looked to see if they were.
Hmm.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna detect magic again.
Ritual casting? Or no, that's a wizard thing.
I'll just use a spell slot to cast detect magic.
Cast magic, and the only kind of semblance it gives off any faint magic is one, the very faint abjuration magic on the turtle shell, which you noticed previously, and the illusionary-based magic on the small stick.
Okay. Yeah, nothing I don't know already.
Wait, Tranelis, I think we should clear something up real quick. You used a spell to talk to people in the past?
I was able to see part of Faken's memory through this stick. There, I pointed to it. And I was able to cast a spell. My magic can manipulate that world to an extent. And I was able to use a spell to tell a crow to tell her something.
Wait, then could we do that to us in the past?
No, this was just her memories. I think even before I was born.
Long before.
But I'm with PJ here. What the heck is this magic?
I don't really know.
Could we do it again?
Yeah, is there any way that we can at least learn?
Yes, you can go back in there, but for the sake of that took like half an hour of going through all that stuff.
I mean,
You guys can touch it if you want to touch it.
and the spirit is back. PJ's gonna touch it.
So PJ, you're gonna go up and touch the branch?
Yes.
PJ?
PJ,
There's
you're-
more.
So PJ, as your hand reaches out and clasps
I said yes.
around the ivy strewn and kind of overgrown branch, close your eyes, excited for something to happen, excited for possibility of going into the past, and as you do, nothing happens. Tranelis, like, what the fuck?
It would be really mean if I set it on fire.
Don't set this forest on fire! I'll throw
How do
you
I
off
use
the
the
branch,
ritual?
off a tree.
Yeah.
Roll an insight check, Aries.
I just grabbed the branch.
This-
You don't need to tell me what I said.
As you grab the branch, you feel your spirit once again moved through.
I wasn't gonna do it. I just said it was gonna be mean if I did.
Does any time pass for them while I'm in this?
So Aries, what'd you get on that insight check? Yeah, PJ just he didn't realize that you are just thinking arson.
He realizes that PJ was thinking that arson would be mean to do right now.
But briefly.
Or to commit right now.
So, Tranelis.
He's learning.
So as the party, you guys see Tranelis' hand clasp around the branch. You watch as like a glazed look falls over Tranelis' eyes as what seems to be small forget-me-nots start to grow from kind of the corners of his eye and kind of grow across his face. And you guys are like, it takes about
Can PJ try yanking Tranelis back?
Tranelis is a big dude, and you're a child.
It's PJ, you're
Oh
trying
my
to
god, this game is so
I'll just
obnoxious.
flap
You see
if I
that-
need
You see
to.
the forget-me-nots can kind of continue to grow as this sort of like vacant expression falls. You start to get like worried. Like a minute goes by, 2 minutes.
Is this a normal thing?
And as you say that,
First time it's happened to
Can I
us.
use
One moment.
encode
as you
thoughts
say
to
that,
see what he's doing?
1 second, PJ. Okay, first of all, PJ, before you get to that, Ash, as you say, is this a normal
DM.
thing? 1 second, I heard you, PJ. Just give me 1 second. Ash, as you say, is this a normal thing? You watch as the flowers kind of wither away naturally, and Tranelis' eyes kind of open up again. As Tranelis, you went through the same thing you went before, unless you want to change anything.
No. I know I'm not going to get this, put the staff in there.
And exactly as Tranelis comes back, do you cast Encode Thoughts, or do you want to hold it?
Encode Thoughts.
Okay, you cast Encode Thoughts. Is there like a saving throw that Tranelis has to make?
I'm trying to load it, but my computer is being a butt.
You're good.
I'm pretty sure it's like either wisdom or intelligence. And then PJ's DC, which should be like either a 19 or an 18.
Yeah. Jim is being weird.
Zach, can you access my sheet? It's
Yes,
giving me
I
shit.
can.
PJ,
Oh.
it should be
Oh,
your
shit. What?
PJ. It should be
Okay.
your 10. No, it's 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence mod, I believe.
Okay, it's a... Sorry, it's a...
8 plus 5 plus 6, 8 plus 11, 19.
So it's 19. Yeah.
It's the target is only self. You can't do this on another person.
Damn it. Okay.
Right. So PJ, you cast a code.
unless you're focusing on another
Yeah.
mind reading
It's to
spell, like
hide someone
detect
from reading your
thoughts.
thoughts. So
It's not-
it's to hide from detect thoughts.
So you cast. Okay, so you cast a code thoughts on yourself, PJ.
Huh.
So just PJ thinking for a second. So
Neat.
Tranelis, you kind of come back, seeing all your friends around you that are like, and you're still kind of holding the branch.
What? Did it happen again?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Aries, you grab the stick.
Bad stick man.
You put it back.
No, it's fine. And I... Wait, is it growing out of the thing?
Nope, it's just staying as it is.
Does
I'm going
Nell
to
still have the forget me nots in his
I'm
face?
going to first put, grab cloth and touch it through the cloth and put it in the bag of holding.
You kind of unwrap it in cloth and place it in the bag of holding.
Actually, no, not the bag of holding. I'm just going to put it in one of my pouches. Probably want to just grab the stick from Ares without cloth. But we don't have time for that.
Yeah. I think Kamir would have as well.
Okay.
I mean, it's not harmful at all. It's just a way of looking.
We're wasting time.
Those forget me nots are a little concerning.
So
Yeah.
the next part is reliving the Pecco. And I honestly have no idea where to start with that. Not really. I know how she returned back from. She was once swept up in waves and found herself on another continent a couple miles away from Vilemere, where she met Dr. I forgot her name. Zach forgot. Tranelis probably did, because he
Dr.
heard this like 5 minutes.
Dr.
Dr. Drexel. That woman who runs the apothecary in the Egonian Empire.
Who never gave me my potions.
I don't think
You never
I
went
don't
back
think-
for him.
I saw most of Dr. Drexel's encounters with Fagwin. And Fagwin meant auntie.
Really? Huh.
And auntie brought Fagwin back to Zeechrah for the price of Fagwin's beauty. That was before auntie abandoned her ways and found the Wild Mother.
Interesting. You learn something new every day, huh?
Now, that's not the story of the Pecco. That's Fagwin's story. The story of the Pecco is...
Do you
Hey,
think the
what's the
tapestry
story-
could
what's the
have
story of the
something
Pecco? I
to
feel like you
do
also
with
know
the
this.
puzzle?
Somebody say something.
Roll a wisdom check.
Wisdom, okay.
The Pecco and the Harner were sort of opposites, so they didn't really connect much.
25.
So of of the original story of the Peko, first and foremost, you know that obviously the Peko is named after one of the original Furbolgs. Specifically, Peko was the only daughter of the three of Harna, Peko, and Kariki.
Wait, the daughter of who, though? That's my question.
From right
of the mother tree.
Okay!
As she emerged, you kind of tell the story of the Peko. As she emerged from the earth, she saw her sibling Harna fretting over an old and ugly crow. Harna was kind of crying and holding the scrawny little dying crow and held it for Peko to see and was yelling, "Poor bird, poor bird!" And the bird was dead. And Peko let out a terrified shriek and scurried up the nearest tree next to her, Artema, her mother tree. The tree gave a gentle laugh and stretched out her branches for all the surrounding trees to see her daughter. The leaves waved and she waved back, and as Peko grew, she came to take refuge in the treetops, hopping from branch to branch and swinging from vine to vine. And she was raised by the beasts of the land and had many influential teachers in them, and had a few that were specifically her most influential ones, but you can't put your finger on who or what they were.
Part of me thinks we should go back to Artema. Yes, Mother Tree is Artema. That's the big tree that we've been at.
Yeah, that's the big dead tree.
No.
No, the one that's in the center that's all dead. We're bringing it back to life by doing this.
Mostly dead. There's a difference between all dead and mostly dead.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
I would argue that I'm mostly dead.
I mean, you're pretty lively to me, Grandpa.
No,
I mean,
I'm still.
You can't be my grandpa and be dead at the same time.
I'm still old though.
So.
Speaking
I'm
of
gonna
mostly dead,
man.
Yeah, Ash, what's up?
I'm just sort of a hand up to the. You said most of these trees are petrified.
Oh yeah.
Like petrified, or
like petrified wood. Like petrified wood is white and gray.
It's like stone.
Yeah, but it's still wood. Just feels kind of strange. It's sort of like stone.
All the trees are dead. There's no corpses or anything anywhere, are there?
There weren't in your because you only really traveled a little bit, but you're not really sure. You haven't really come across anybody. You have come across bones here and there, but you kind of mark that up as animal bones.
Just looking around, I imagine there's a decent view from how high up we are.
Oh yeah,
over,
y'all
the
are
rest of the forest.
It's so high up that you can barely see the ground.
Do I see any inkling of any other people or dead people?
Roll a perception check for me.
I'm also gonna look for that.
I'm going to assist.
Perception.
Who are you gonna assist, Ruby? Trenelis or Ash?
I'm gonna
I
roll
don't think
myself down a
Trenelis
plus
needs it.
11. I have a plus
Trenelis
11.
doesn't need it.
28.
Okay, 28, and then Ash.
Am I rolling with advantage?
You are my friend.
Ruby kind of comes out and helps you look.
Alright. Oh, even worse.
Okay.
So, 7.
Okay. Ash, you're...
As I, peer out, and then, blink, and then open my third, and fourth, and fifth, and sixth eye, and continue to peer out.
This? You opening all your eyes? That's terrifying. Ruby's
what
kind of necrotic bullshit is this?
It's so hot and it's so sweaty up here because the sun is just beating down as there is no canopy of trees. Your helmet just keeps slipping on your face. covering up like your first 2 sets of eyes. So you can't have to like move it back and like wipe it out of your face. You put it down, it falls back over your eyes. But Tranelis is just sort of looking out.
I think I might be nearsighted.
You need some spectacles.
You need like 4 glasses, like spider glasses. So you look out and you can see that darkened like tendril like mist that is continuing to encroach from the Harna. You look out and see the Kariki. The only corpse you found was the skeletal corpse of Caro, I think it was.
Yeah, Caro.
And yeah. But you have come across several bones, but you haven't really found any, you don't really see any other like, collection of corpses or anything like that.
What time of day is it?
Consider you guys took a long rest before you came up here. I'll say it's like mid-afternoon, getting like to like 3-4 o'clock.
All right. I'm gonna just keep meditating, trying to contact the. Actually, no. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say, come here. Can I borrow
Yeah.
your pseudo dragon? Can I borrow her for a second?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. I turned the ball back into Ingrid.
She.
What do you need her?
I'm gonna walk back into the room. Penguin's room. And just looking, just staring at Ingrid. Just start meditating.
I follow Tranelis very closely. Like
you
just sit down on
both
the
kind of peer your eyes and kind of bend down and look at Ingrid, who just.
I mean, I'm trying to like full on meditate.
Mm.
I'm trying to contact Abelia Azul in any way I can.
Tranelis, as you kind of like sit down and just begin to steady your breathing. Kamir, do you do the same?
I watch. I don't.
Okay.
I like try to be quiet, but I'm like, as people are looking out, kind of like intently watch Tranelis.
So, Tranelis, as you sort of sit down, you feel these eyes peering at you. Eventually, Ingrid sort of crawls down your arm, kind of nuzzling you a bit on the way down, Kamir, and goes and just sits and perches herself on the top of Tranelis' head.
Okay.
Watch, she extends her wings. She just flies off.
I'm gonna follow her.
You kind of feel the talons as she takes off.
Can I try and roll like an animal handling check to see if she's actually going somewhere where we want her to go, or she's just being a bitch?
She's already just.
I'm following.
No. Okay.
Ingrid wouldn't be a bitch like that. Like she's
literally
a
a cat
bird,
with
not a
wings.
She was
She's a
literally
cat, but a dragon.
But she was literally bonded to my soul. Like she's my soul mate.
You all see Ingrid just this.
And you see.
I follow.
You see Tranelis following Ingrid, and then like I'm dashing, trying to dash.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody who's following Ingrid, go ahead and just make general athletics or acrobatics check to jump through the trees after her.
All right.
Who's following?
I touch my flying boots and I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna touch my flying boots, so I think I passed.
I can't fly. Nice work, Aaron.
+6, 14.
First D20 of the night.
Oh damn. Okay. PJ.
Aaron. I rolled a.
Does anyone want to assist
You rolled a
me?
6. Okay.
No. Does anyone want to assist
I
me?
rolled a 6.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ruby's flying. Ash, you're not going, are you?
I'm just like.
Oh.
Again.
Your dragon left.
All right.
Okay. So yeah. Aries just takes off right behind Ruby, who's fluttering behind with her shoes. Aries, you said you wanted to assist. Who said they wanted to assist PJ? Was it Aries? PJ, go ahead and make a roll with advantage.
Thank God. Okay, 23 with a +6.
Okay. Kamir got a 6. Tranelis got a 20. So everybody, and Ash, what did you get? You can go off acrobatics or athletics. Or if you're not following.
I'm assuming based on last session, I have some way of like divinely tracking them, so I'm just making my way.
It's just like moseying away. Okay.
Yeah,
so...
I'm just like trying to scale back down on the assumption that I will catch up with them later.
Okay, so
Tranelis is just harnessing his inner Leah and just yoop.
Just it's like do like Leah. So Tranelis actually leads the charge, kind of running through, jumping from tree to tree, swinging from vines, jumping from platform to platform. Aries close behind him, followed by PJ, who's sort of quickly following his movements. Ruby's just flying through the air. Kamira, you were sort of trailing the group as you're trying to keep up, hop from branch to branch, kind of trying to find the sturdiest ones. As you can see them kind of going further ahead of you, 20 feet. 30 feet until you're like, oh my god, I'm never gonna catch up. And as you jump, you land on a branch that then and you are falling.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing?
I guess they're falling on him.
Come here, yelling, oh shit! Or what
No,
do you
go, son of a bitch!
And you just see Kamir falling. Ruby, you cast Featherfall?
The action cast, yes.
What is the range on that?
How far back?
He's about 30 feet back.
He's 30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll range. That'll be good.
So, Kamir, as you are falling back, looking up, seeing the ground come close to you, and seeing the sky fall farther, you kind of think, shit, this is it, until you feel light as a feather. It begins to just float slowly down to the ground.
Ruby, you can carry him, right?
Sort of. Yeah.
I was just about to say, I realized
I know,
after
right?
I rolled I should be using my teleporting wheelchair. But that wouldn't work with the joke. I'm the guy that has a wheelchair but never uses it.
See, so I feel like Kamira's wheelchair is like Scanlan and that one sword I keep hearing about.
Yeah. Yeah, Myth Carver. Damn. So, Kamira, you eventually kind of float down to the ground and just look up and see the tiny pricks of your party. And maybe about like 20 feet from you, Ash is just slowly just like walking on the ground.
As a note, since I remembered I have this spell, as I was climbing down, I'm gonna cast Locate Object on that tree branch that Tranelis is carrying.
Okay.
Just to like make sure that I am going the right way.
Good idea.
Okay. So
I'm gonna walk with you, Ash.
Okay. So I'll say you guys kind of continue on your way. Both Kamir and Ash making from the forest floor, and everyone else running through the treetops. But you do lose sight of Ingrid in that sort of escapade. You could have tried to make your way in her general direction. I would like whoever is kind of leading this charge to make a survival check to try to follow her.
I would love to make a survival check with that plus 11.
Druid!
Not 20, part 2 electric boogaloo. Same dice.
Okay. Damn.
What
So
are
that's
you?
31.
So again, sort of thinking about
31.
your shawl actually specifically, kind of tracking down that giant ape, and sort of taking a leaf out of Leah's book. You kind of effortlessly kind of follow through, hopping from branch to branch, slowly making your way towards where Ingrid is. Except kind of when you get there, you don't see Ingrid. You hear, with your high passive perception, kind of a soft cooing.
Where is it coming from?
Somewhere kind of, it seems to be, as you kind of look out, maybe like 30, 40 feet ahead, seems to be a large tree stump, like really up in the air. And surrounding it are 6 trees that are gnarled and like have like bunches of knots in them, and the branches just like carve around, and they're just old and gnarled looking. But you do hear kind of like a soft cooing coming from that direction.
I'm gonna go down there and take. Do I see anything weird over there?
Just here. It's weird because you haven't heard any animals.
Does it sound like Ingrid?
No. But it looks like it was kind of wherever direction was.
I'm gonna look around down there.
So you kind of make your way down there. Eventually, Ash and Kamir, you see the party make their way to this kind of very like strange tree stump that's like really fucking high up. Maybe like 60, 70 feet up. It's like half of what the other like giant like redwood trees are.
Dead or alive?
You just hear the cooing.
No, but it's the tree.
Oh, the tree is dead.
Spoilers, the tree is making the noise.
Hey, I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk to it or not.
Okay. But Ash and Kamir, you kind of are like running along. Would you like to climb up and meet up with the rest of the party?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
We are up in the tree.
Me and the boys hanging out in the trees.
Okay. So you should go and make athletic checks for me.
Same shit as before. Alright, 29.
Okay. And then Kamir?
Better this time. 17.
Okay. You guys both make your way up this tree stump, kind of making your way over as you see the party sort of looking around. Tranelis, go to roll a perception check for me to try to find the source of this kind of soft cooing sound.
I need to stop using this die. I swear to God.
Let me see.
Why?
Christ. Okay. My God. Okay.
Why haven't you stopped using it, man?
No. So for this week,
What are you?
to Talison's Jaffe's patron, well, not patron, but patronage. Yeah. So you kind of immediately kind of are looking around, and you can see sort of like up in kind of one of the tops, the tallest tree branches, is what seems to be kind of caught in the netting between it all, where all the branches interlock and move through, is a snowy owl with its wing broken, and it's just painfully, softly cooing in pain.
I cast Cure Wounds. I'm casting Cure fucking Wounds.
Okay.
Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to use a point of Lay on Hands.
You have to get up there. It is about 20
I get up there, and I cast Lay on Hand, and I use Lay on Hands.
Roll athletics or acrobatics check to get up there.
That is not an actual 20, but a 15.
Okay, yeah, you kind of like climb the side of this like gnarled tree branch, getting on very like spindly bits, and you can kind of feel it sort of, you hear it creak a little bit, and it sort of like freaks you out. You sort of scoop up the owl. It's a much bigger. It's not a small snowy owl by any means. It's a much bigger one. And you sort of gingerly bring it down and cast Lay on Hands.
Yeah, I'm going to use, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to use 5.
As you do, you see the wing begin to mend.
Wait a damn. This was Selby did, you son of a bitch!
And the wing mends and the kind of painful cooing stops as it sort of crawls, kind of hopping up the side of your arm, its talons sort of painfully digging into you.
I just realized this.
It kind of turns its head 180 degrees and then digs into your shoulder and flies up. And as it extends its wing, you watch as it seems to turn into pure wind. And then that wind begins to sort of transform into what seems to be kind of a soft rain, just in the middle of this strange stump. And a rainbow appears. So you have to kind of turn and look. And you see that through the rainbow flies Ingrid, who lands on your shoulder. Come here.
What?
So,
What
happens
the
now?
hell?
I'm sorry, my dad just came in.
Oh, you're good. So, the snowy owl sort of like made, better. Kind of as it digs into your shoulder, extends its wing, and flies up. And as it does, you watch as the feathers just disappear and turn into a gust of wind. It then turns into a kind of slight drizzle of a rain. A rainbow appears. And then Ingrid, kind of from that, flies through and lands on Kamir's shoulder.
And Kamir's sitting there baffled. Like, what the hell is happening?
So,
This is not normal.
my son Sylvie saved an owl in that same way. An owl with the same condition, a snowy owl. That's how he got his Shala, snowy owl. What? Is there anything else on this tree?
There are 6 trees surrounding it. They're all gnarled and broken. Make a perception check for me.
29.
As you're kind of looking at each of these like kind of gnarled trees, to kind of searching in each of them, to intently looking at how the branches twist around each other and move in kind of different strange ways. As you get a kind of closer look and inspect them, they each seem to have kind of the form of an animal that's sort of hidden within the gnarled tree branches. Those animals are an ox. I mean, not an ox, a bull.
I put the matching ones.
A bear, a fox, an eagle.
Yeah, I put the matching ones by each one.
You place each of the river stones by kind of their respective trees, and you watch as the trees seem to kind of have a little bit of a resurgence of life to them. They are no longer petrified and dead, but seem to kind of have that also, that strange kind of quick blue flicker that moves through all of them, and then sort of have the same effect that the archaic tree has now. It is dying, but not dead.
Is there any other change?
Ingrid seems to be just like very pleased with herself, and sort of like nuzzles next to you, Kamir.
Mm.
Is there like a slot where you could actually put the stone in?
Nope.
I'm not going to touch one of the trees and say, "Are you okay?"
There's no response.
Am I okay? Like he points to...
No. I the tree.
I don't know if I'm okay.
I speak for the
I am
trees.
Tranelis. I speak for the trees.
I speak for the D's.
He's nuts!
Oh!
Is there any, so is there any change with the big stump? Aaron's had to roll a nature check.
Nature check.
I'm going to assist you on that.
Ash would assist, but that would just consist of 1, 2, 3.
What are you? Oh, what?
Oh my God. As you kind of like counting the rings, you actually get a pretty accurate number. It's about 3,000 years old.
Oh.
As old as you are, Kamir. A little bit older.
Oh my god.
Trees are old. Trees are old. They were here before any of us were. So that's why
I mean,
that's
I was
why
probably alive when this thing was planted.
That's why I wouldn't recommend hacking at them.
Precisely.
Move.
Can I try to figure out where that owl went?
Ingrid.
Now what though? That's Can I try and pick up the stones?
As you do, the life descends from... Which one are you picking up?
Owl.
The owl, the life kind of dies away from that tree.
I'm gonna put the stone right on the owl symbol.
On the owl itself? The actual animal that's like kind of almost like carved, but like is the image of it is in a tree.
The actual animal.
You
Perfect.
place it there. Comes back to life, but nothing.
Does it stay? I let go?
Nope.
Alright, then I'm just going to leave it next to and touching.
Okay.
I'll just make sure all of them are touching them. I'm going to look around the tree in the center and see if there's anything different.
Nothing different about the tree in the center.
Is there like an entrance or anything?
Nope.
Screw it. I'm gonna detect magic again.
Okay. As you detect magic, each of the trees give a transmutation-based magic. A faint aura of it. And each of the trees is kind of almost like hidden. It's strange. You didn't really notice it unless you like actually like look at it and look for it. Almost like grown into each of the trees is a bull, a cat, a bear, a fox, an eagle, and an owl into each of the trees. Each of those animals have a tree that's their own.
And those all correspond with the little river stones.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting the matching ones together. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt that.
These are thousands of years old. They don't represent us.
Yeah.
There's also not 6 of us. There's 7 of us.
What if we put someone in the bag of holding?
That's not a good idea.
No, we are not doing that.
I'm
No.
gonna try and take the memory stick and like put it on the tree, touch to the tree stump.
Are you touching the actual tree or pulling it in cloth?
Holding it in the cloth.
As you do, nothing happens.
Nothing.
I'm just gonna look at Ingrid like, what?
I also look at Ingrid like, what?
She kind of dips her nose and then sits there.
Can PG try to feed her apple juice?
You should have, as you PJ begin to bring out the apple juice, she flies off of Kamir's shoulder and kind of sits on your head, and it's just kind of looking down at it.
The white stuff?
And she kind of comes down and starts like drinking it.
Yeah! Apple juice.
Her tongue does a little like hummingbird thing, then comes back and.
My detect magic is still going because it has been 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna take the stone away from one of the trees. Does it still give off transmutation?
It does
with the
not.
stone touching. Stone moving the stone back. Okay. Do I get the sense that it's transmutation, the sense of the effect the stone has on it, or it does something else?
The trees themselves are transmutation based, not the stones. The stones are not magical.
Okay. So we have all 6 trees. All 6 trees are activated, so to speak.
To do
I'm gonna try and climb to the top of the stump.
You're already on the top of the stump.
Okay. Oh, so it's like the stump and it branches off?
It's the stump, exactly. There's the stump, and then there's these trees that are growing from the ground and are growing onto the stump. They're all like interweaved and connected in different ways.
I'm gonna try and climb down to the bottom.
You're climb down, going around athletics or acrobatics check for me. Climb down.
12.
Yeah, easy enough. It's not hard. It's like a 10.
Okay.
You kind of like.
Sorry, 13. It doesn't matter though.
It doesn't matter. You kind of climb down. You can see it reaches into the ground. Like a tree would. They're just kind of grown on top of each other. It's like old trees. Nothing that you notice. Nothing of note. They're just fucking old as hell. You do realize that.
Okay, I'm gonna
They're
go back
old and they're dead.
I'm gonna go back up then.
Okay, I'll leave the same roll. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyone have any ideas?
Not really.
Techno? Maybe. Where was that seed? Or was the seed? Oh, the seed was the staff, correct?
I'm gonna just take out the staff and just kind of like hold it.
The
So
staff.
I like walking around with
Yeah.
it.
Didn't you leave the staff of the Karuki back at?
I did not. I did not leave it. I took it. I picked it back up, and I left the staff of the woodlands there.
Oh, I understand. Okay. So, you bring it out.
Anything? Okay.
Nothing.
Is there?
What are you guys doing?
That's like I don't know.
Wait, so now,
I guess you could say this
You're-
puzzle has.
since you're
Stumped
you're
you.
a
Stumped
forest
us.
person,
Oh,
You know what? Peter's giving me an
since
idea.
you're a forest person, what animals can you turn into?
Yes.
yeah, I was gonna say probably
But I can
all
only
of them.
do two. I can only do two per hour. You know what? I'm gonna cast Druidcraft on the tree and just see what happens.
Which one?
The stump.
You do.
What kind of druidcraft thing are you gonna do?
Really, you,
I'm
a
just
little
pushing
small,
magic into it.
small little dandelion grows and then withers away as all the other plants have.
All right. Now I'm gonna cast Druidcraft on the owl one. Not to have it do anything in specific, but to just push magic into it.
You
Try and just jumpstart it a
cast
bit.
it, and it grows on there. Little flowers grow.
Can I try and activate that transmutation magic through Druidcraft? And just see what happens.
You try and nothing happens. You just cast Druidcraft and little flowers grow over it. Little white mossy flowers. They kind of moss and then little flowers pick from it.
Ah, fuck, I'm gonna turn into a novel. I'm turning into an owl.
Yeah, that might be.
What kind of owl
I-
do you turn?
A snowy white owl.
Snowy
Big
owl.
one.
You see as Tranelis turns into an owl, perches himself, sitting. What do you do as an owl to the tree? Anything?
I perch myself on the tree. Anything? Can I try and insight check the puzzle?
Let me double check just really quick. Insight check the puzzle or the tree?
Aren't they the same thing?
Oh, I want you to.
Mm-mm.
The answer is
The
yes.
tree. I'm trying to get a little bit meta.
As you sort of like try to think, what the fuck are you thinking? Tranelis, as you've talked to trees before, this is something that you can actually do. As you kind of look at the tree and use your kind of, not intelligence, but your wisdom to examine and kind of think, what are you trying at here? You watch as the owl, is a barn owl, flies to life on the tree itself and flies on the tree, and then you watch as like an image of it comes from the tree moving down through, and its head, it's like its wings open up, kind of an aerial view of it. The owl is now pointing towards the middle, the center of the stump.
I go to where it's pointing.
You do. You lie down.
Can I try and see if there's anything there?
Nothing seems to be there except it almost like have you ever seen those like wood burning arts of an image burned onto wood? That's sort of what the owl looks like now. And it flew off from the tree and flew down with wings spread out.
All right, I'm gonna go to the next one and turn into a bull and just try and connect with it again.
Okay, so you're going
What
to
if you put the stick in the middle of the stump?
I'll put the stick in the middle of the stump.
which one? The
Yeah.
stick.
First, the memory stick.
You do. Nothing happens.
Then the staff of the Kirky.
You do. Nothing happens.
All right, then I turn into a bull.
Okay, you.
Whoa! Come here, gets startled.
Tranelis, you thick!
You see as Tranelis kind of
Oh.
All right. So you go up to
Okay.
the
Bull
tree with the
statue.
bull. What do you do?
I just do the same thing I did and just stare intently at it.
Nothing
Try and
happens.
connect with it.
Maybe you're supposed to. Maybe.
Wait, can you repeat what the barn owl did exactly?
It seemed as you kind of made an insight check on it and kind of used your wisdom to you're like, what the fuck? To inquire about like what are you doing? The owl came to life. It spread its large wings across the base of the tree, and on the tree itself, almost like moving through it, the tree actually like moved and twisted and turned to accommodate for this, to give this illusion of movement. And the barn owl kind of flew into the actual stump itself and became an image of like burned wood of an owl. Its wings extended, its head facing towards the center.
Then I'm going to do the same thing on this one.
The rest of us saw
try and
this
insight check
happen.
You did. You all saw this happen.
I'm going to try and insight check the tree again.
Nothing seems to happen. As you should have like, what the fuck are you doing?
Then
Where the hell did it roll? Roll. Let's see.
26.
It's a tree.
All right, then I'm going to drop form.
You're no longer bull.
Ash is just going up to another one of the statues and just staring at it intently with all 6 eyes.
Which one?
You know what?
One of them.
There's the bull.
Whichever one looks the most intimidating.
Whichever one looks the most sus.
I would say that
Yes.
you think either the bull or the bear look the most intimidating.
Staring at the bear with all 6 eyes, just
The
like...
bear is just like closed within like just like, just standing there.
While he's
gnarled in the wood. Yes, PJ?
While he's busy, computer just trying to climb up onto Ashriel's armor and whisper in his ear.
Are you able to have staring contests with yourself?
You hear him whisper in your ear, Ash.
Aaron.
Yes, come here.
Can I make us an insight check on Ingrid?
Sure, you kind of look at Ingrid. Roll an insight check for me.
I turn my head and PJ.
17.
17. You kind of look at
piercing
Ingrid.
yellow eyes
You
just
sort of-
look at him.
As Ash, you are staring intently at PJ.
Wait, what?
Mira is staring intently at Ingrid. Ingrid sort of just cocks her head and almost has like this mischievous atmosphere that she's like, I led you here, now figure it out.
Oh, cool.
Can I attempt to druidcraft the bull to do the same thing as the owl did?
Where the heck is Lucas, by the way? It's been like 2 hours.
He's gonna miss the session.
Yeah.
Lucas is definitely gonna miss the session.
Yeah, it's okay.
Can I attempt to druidcraft the bull?
So
to do the
as you
same
kind
as
of
the
go
owl?
over and druidcraft off the side of the tree, the tree grows a little bit, but that's about it.
So the owl is pointing towards the center.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one directly diagonal from it?
The one directly diagonal from it is the cat.
Then I'm going to try and insight check the cat.
Jaguar.
I'm pulling at straws here, but I'm going to try and do the same thing as I did to the owl as the cat.
You do?
It's a tree?
It's just a tree.
Okay. I'm just going to jump on the center, see if it's hollow.
You jump. Solid. Tree. Stump.
Can I try and druidcraft a hole in the center?
You do, and it's like a little indent.
Can I see into it?
You kind of look in and...
Can I pray to Melora? Like, what?
Okay, you go ahead and roll a religion check.
Oh, Lady Melora, what the fuck?
Well said.
What'd you get?
Got 20.
Okay, you were leaning sort of on the I'm actually gonna double check. I'm gonna double check that that's the kind of thing it is. Yes, it is. You were leaning kind of on the fox tree, and you kind of like lean back and think, Laura, please help me with this. And as you do, the fox comes to life and jumps over you, almost like it's pouncing on something. Like, have you ever seen those videos of the fox? It goes,
Wait, is the fox right next to the owl?
It is. And it hops down, and it sort of, again, the same thing happens where it runs to the tree, pounces down, moves through the kind of roots onto the stump, and becomes like the burned image. And the fox's snout is facing the center of the tree.
I'm going to go to the next one. So not the owl, but the one after the fox.
It's an eagle.
The eagle. I'm going to try and just make a wisdom check with that. Try it again. See if there's a pattern here.
And religion is an intelligence roll, not a wisdom roll.
Okay.
You know that, right? You added up a wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
know
so you know that.
Not 20.
Yeah, but for the preacher, just so you know.
But I mean, just a wisdom check.
Yeah. You should have. What are you doing specifically to merit that?
I'm going to try and see if there's something I didn't notice before. So
Roll an insight
perception,
check.
I guess.
Roll an insight check.
29.
Nothing you didn't notice before. It's just a tree.
Okay, so there's something in the center. I'm going to put the turtle shell in the center.
You place the turtle shell in the center. Nothing happens.
What if I pick PJ up off my shoulder and put him in the center?
You kind of grabbing him by the scruff of his neck, and you place him in the center. Nothing happens. PJ's just sitting in the center. There's a weird indent in the center now because
I don't know what's going on here.
I don't either, man. I'm pretty lost.
Either there's something in the center, or we need to try and get all of these to do that, and I'm not sure which one.
Can I go over to it's the eagle that's next to the fox?
Mhm.
Can I just go over to it and just like and try to like pull it like towards the center?
I'm
If the animals leave an imprint, maybe we could burn the animal
what's
imprint
your
into
intent behind this? Like, is it more like trying to convince it to do it, or just like using your brute strength to try to?
With welding, I knew that there were dozens and dozens
and intimidated into doing it.
Push it towards the center, like trying to push someone on stage who very much does not want to go on stage.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
All right.
This is going to work, I swear. This better work.
Aaron, that's a problem. You realize we're dumb.
We're not dumb. We're just.
I especially am extremely dumb.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for that. Alright, that's somewhat better. 18.
Okay, you sort of push the owl, and you move, you mangy bird! And as you do, you watch as the owl springs to life, caws, and then also flies down through the wood and burns onto the... Same thing happens, where its beak and tail set at the center.
Tranelis, I might have an idea.
Are you serious? And Kamir does the same with the next symbol.
You try to intimidate it?
Yeah.
I think
the next symbol. Oh. The next symbol is a bear.
I know, I'm just...
Okay, yeah, I try to intimidate the bear.
Roll intimidation check.
Okay.
I know, seeing that worked, I am just gonna go around the circle, so I am helping you.
Okay.
I'm like... Oh, 23. Very nice.
You begin just like screaming insults at this like bear embedded into the tree.
I was like, "Come on, we're on a time limit here. We gotta move."
Okay, I think I figured it out.
Too late. We might have already.
I'm going to physically. Yeah. I'm going to try and physically push it.
Wait, what happens?
The bear?
Yes.
Or what animal?
Well, nothing happened with the bear, right?
Nothing happened with the bear. No.
All right.
The bear then.
Okay, you try to.
I have a theory.
Push the bear, and then go ahead and roll an athletics check for me.
As a note,
19.
I am still like doing the same thing to the bear.
So go ahead and roll advantage. What'd you get?
All right, so that's either a 19 or that's a 19.
The bear just. You're pushing really hard, but it's a tree. It's just not moving.
It worked with the last one. It's gonna work here.
Okay, my brain is saying we need to do a different check for each one to get it to do the thing.
That might
I
be
guess
it.
it's not. I guess it's not.
I tried slapping one of it, like with my bare hand, just like, well, pow.
Which one?
Oh yeah, wait.
The ones that.
Right.
Intelligence. Intelligence.
Intelligence. The bear. Someone.
Eagle with a charisma check. Oh, I see.
Different. Or
Wait, Bull. Bull. Okay.
wait.
Hold on. I'm gonna go
It's
push. I'm gonna start pushing the bull.
Okay. Alice, go on and roll an athletics check for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or it's just
15.
a stack.
Okay,
check.
you go over to the bull and you get pushing it, using all of your strength against it. You watch as the bull.
Yeah,
rears to life. Its giant horns going back and forth as it stampedes through the tree around it and then burns into the wood. Facing
That's exactly what I thought. It's a different. It's a different ability
And then-
check, not anything we're doing. It's a different ability check.
And then I go. Okay,
How
Ares,
does one make
hide
a
from the cat.
constitution
Ares,
check?
Wait, is anybody here
Ares,
proficient?
Hide from the cats. Hide from the cats.
So you're gonna try to hide from the cat? Okay, Aries, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Aaron, I see what you mean by the aha moment.
Okay, so you kind of like duck around from where the cat statue is, kind of out of sight of the giant jaguar. As you do, you all watch as the cat pounces into life and runs around the tree, kind of jumping from branch to branch, and then back into the wood and is now facing the center.
Seeing that they are doing stuff that is like making this work, whereas I'm just pushing at this ineffectively, I'm just gonna
The bear just like, oh!
with my gauntleted fist, I'm just gonna punch it in frustration.
You punch the bear and nothing happens.
Aaron, I'm gonna go to the bear. I'm going to go to the bear. I'm gonna eat one of my poison mushrooms and try and survive it.
Okay. As you go up to the bear, leaning against it, you pick out the poison mushroom from your arm. You're like, oh god, this is gonna suck. I knew. Go and roll a Constitution check for me.
Saving throw or check?
Check.
If it were a saving throw, he would have a +4.
21.
As you kind of like are trying to muscle it down your throat, you were like, oh god, that doesn't taste good. I think I'm gonna hurl. But you like manage to keep it down. And as you do, you watch as the bear roars to life and then runs down the side of the tree and into the wood burning. And as all of the animals are now...
That's
all of
is
them.
that all of them?
You guys got all of them.
Nice.
All
But
right.
now, facing
Fine
the
work.
center, you see that what grows, like kind of an archway made of vines and leaves, grow from the center of the stump, where all of the animals were facing. And you can see kind of almost like domes, and it's like just like a canopy of leaves. And as you kind of look down, you can see just a darkened kind of room, just like the tunnel that leads almost like a rabbit hole.
See, pushing him worked.
Let's go. I head down. Aaron,
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense now. That was good.
Okay, now if you wouldn't mind, everybody moving to the map stock.
Also, can you guys hear
What?
this?
Yep, I can hear you.
No.
can
Well,
hear you,
I mean,
buddy.
we can hear you fine now, but you haven't been talking at all. If that's what you're asking.
No.
Oh, okay.
You've been talking?
I've been talking
Hey,
the entire time.
What the heck are the speaker notes on this slide?
What does it say? What does the note say? What did someone do? What the fuck, guys?
Here, Lucas.
I blame Jeremy. I blame
Where the
Jeremy.
hell
Cock
is
and ball.
I'm not gonna
Wait,
say what it is because
we
we're
can't talk
Irish,
about
but
we can't talk about
what the
season
heck?
2 of the band. Yeah, I was gonna do it, but I'm like, no way, I shouldn't.
All right,
Where
we're
is-
gonna delete that. We're gonna delete that.
It's gone.
Okay, so
I got
I
rid
did.
of it.
I blame Jeremy.
I blame Lucas. It's not
Yeah.
Jeremy. It's Lucas.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Jeremy. Yeah. I forgot.
Okay. Anyway, so you guys kind of just venture your way down through the tunnel. Oh my god.
Section 2, parachute.
I blame.
Okay.
How do I
So
zoom in
7
on
deadly
this?
sins. You can click those little magnifying glasses to the right of the what's it called? The right of the little select button. So
I also have a new token that I would like to showcase.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Go and put it down. So
It's gonna turn into be really big, but
There we go.
put it on a different slide so you don't like move the thingies. Just put it on the slide 60 so that it's like you can. No, you're okay. Okay, so you guys kind of see this very it's a very strange sight. This kind of darkened maze. You can see kind of bushes and kind of different greenery growing up the side of it. You can see a canopy of trees sort of covers any light. Mushrooms sort of growing in like all different directions, and what seems to be opalescent moonstones that are sitting, lighting the way, leaving low light to all of you in like brief areas. Do you guys move through?
there be like any ruins that we could like put like feel or no?
Sorry, Ruby, what'd you say?
There be like any ruins that we could see on the walls. Also, by the way, to not trigger any traps, I'm going to be flying for this prolonged period of time, and my boots do allow for that.
Sure, go ahead.
Can I look for tracks? Like
Go and roll a survival check for me. Aries, you don't notice any traps as you're kind of like looking around. And Tranelis, you don't see any tracks. It seems very strangely that everything in here seems to be like just grown. It's like overgrown, and but there are like no tracks really of anything. You do see the tracks of like kind of a couple of like animals and stuff like that, but nothing of like human.
I have a theory I'd like to test. So, the spell description of Blight. So it has a special effect against plants. If you target a plant creature or magical plants, it makes a saving throw with disadvantage, and the spell deals maximum damage to it. If you target non-magical plants, that isn't a creature, it simply withers and dies. I have a theory I'd like to test.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Blight on the maze.
Oh my god.
Actively kill
As you're kind of
plants.
trying to look into the maze, Tranelis, the maze itself is not one plant. There are hundreds of different kinds of plants that are in here. There are like mushrooms and all sorts of different things.
Okay, never mind.
Also, mushrooms aren't plants.
Well, you know what I mean. There's like tons of different plants. There's moss. And
No, I'm just saying.
and...
I'm just adding to the loophole here that you're setting it.
Then I'm just going to touch the wall and say, "Hey, can you help us out a little bit?"
The wall.
Touch one of the plants.
It's just it's like a canopy. It's like you just touch into kind of like a hedge, as you do.
Yeah, it's a plant. I'm going to talk to it.
Says hi.
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 Have you seen anyone before down here?
No people, only spirits.
Only spirit.
We're trying to find a stick with a big seed on it. Do you know where that would be? All right, thanks.
Bye.
Oh, one more question. Is there anything in here that might try and kill us?
If you're not nice.
All right, everyone. Best behavior. We need to be nice, or this thing will try and kill us.
Okay.
That goes double for you, Ariel. Or Asriel. No hacking anything, or burning anything, or stomping on any plants.
PJ, the maze is listening.
That is literally my entire set of skills.
You see, like one of the branches just kind of like wave, and then
Hi.
All right.
Do you want a high five or some apple juice? I'm not sure if apple juice would be good for your roots, though. Or if that would be cannibalism, since technically apples grow in trees, and if you were to drink apple juice and you're a tree, that'd be cannibalism. And
PJ, we're on a set time. We gotta keep moving.
Well, let's not make them think about. Let's not send them into an existential crisis. All right. We're trying to be nice to
Okay.
the trees.
Okay.
Yeah, how dark
You
is
move
it
up.
in here?
Thunder.
You see the pathway diverges into 2 sections.
I'm gonna go.
Alright, I'm gonna follow Aries. Let's go, Aries.
Go make a go ahead and roll for it. Go and check for traps. Okay, yeah, you don't seem to see any traps. Okay, so you're going this way?
I'm following. Come on, Aries. Let's go. Let's go, lesbians.
My gut says this way.
My favorite thing ever.
Moving through, it's like it has a very like, it smells very like alive and like nothing like you've ever really experienced before. The grass itself just like seems to always be dewy. Like different like moss grows, and it's a very like Tranelis for you specifically. It's a very comforting experience.
At least that's
I'm gonna be puffing on my pipe a little bit. Just.
Tranelis,
Dude, are you sure you want to be high for this?
What?
Amir, are you kind of staying behind at the beginning?
Oh no, I'm coming. I was trying to move my character, but I saw it zoom equipped.
You're good.
I'm just let you know. Yes, I'm still using my boots for flying. If that wasn't clear before.
Okay, you guys
My
still
gut
moving
says
through?
this way. My gut says down. Does it diverge that way?
It does.
Okay.
Go ahead and check for traps, Aries. Go for it.
There's like illumination here, right?
Yes. Each of it seems to be these like moonstones of like these moon crystals. Are offering a
Moon
faint
crystals, you
light.
say?
Yes, and are offering a faint light to everybody in the maze.
So it's like dimly lit.
It is. It's all light. It's a maze. It's like a yeah. It's a like twisting and turning maze. You haven't really come across any of the exits yet, though.
But that's the difference between a maze and a labyrinth.
There's no traps. That like Tranelis is pointing downwards.
Aries,
like
Aries, do you make your way up, kind of that way? You see that there's like a fork in the road.
Are there traps down either one, Aries?
Either way, there seems to be no traps.
Aaron, I'm gonna look down this corridor here. Like, just not go down. Just like look.
You can
See if
put your head
there's.
through. See, it leads down. And winding path.
All right.
Tranelis is gonna look down this
Winding.
way.
This is a maze.
Yeah, it's strange. It's very like it seems to be like naturally formed, which marks you as weird.
Tranelis is gonna look down this way.
Okay.
That corridor.
I guess you're with me then.
And you see it enter.
I guess so.
A den.
Okay.
You could take
That
hits
is-
better than I can, so I recommend that you go first.
Go ahead and roll for it for me. Okay. As you're kind of moving through, your feet like softly touching the ground. No traps.
I'm just gonna, while we're going down, just touching, just talking to the plants, saying, "Hi, how are you guys
You
doing?"
can all say
Pardon me.
hello.
Can I roll an insight check to see if they're secretly malicious? Or they're just
Roll
lying.
an insight check.
I think
Yep.
Kamir and I are apparently moving down this path.
Yeah, we are. I'm waiting for you, buddy.
24.
Waiting on you.
So, do you continue to move forward, Ash?
Yeah, and also I am taking out a torch from my pack and casting light on it.
Wait. I try to like motion
It's a
like
flashlight, basically. It's a flashlight.
okay. I'm like, nope, no fire in here. Okay.
I take out the torch, and then I like wave my hand, and it just starts to glow.
I'm like, okay.
With
I'm like, okay, that's fine.
All right.
That should be
That's a
fun.
24 insight on the plants.
Be like generally pretty innocent.
Okay.
They do seem to be tree spirits, though. Like almost like, have you ever seen the movie Princess Mononoke?
No.
Yeah.
But they're basically these very like tiny woodland spirits that sort of just guard the plants. They're like druids, but like more like they're more common. They're sort of like they like to jitter and kind of like move around. They're often kind of like acquitted with being the kind of little bumps in the night, and the like rustling of the trees dancing. So Ash, as you move down, you see
I follow.
you begin to kind of see that the path needs to move in. You can actually hear Ares, PJ, and Tranelis kind of on the other side.
Hello.
Hey, we're over here.
Hey.
My brain says this way. Intuition says this way. Avoid stepping on any
My
roots.
bad, I got lost.
Okay, Ares, go ahead and roll go for it.
Follow that.
Is there
I
anything
guess.
like of note that's like caught our eyes, or?
The most like notable thing is that all of these plants are extremely vibrant, and there are lots of different kinds of them. Most of them seem to be kind of like some water plants, so there's like lilies and stuff like that, and cattails. But also like all plants that seem to grow near water. You also notice that the entire kind of like all of the plants themselves seem to be like covered in dew. And the moonstones are the like little moon crystals that are giving faint light. Are the only source of light in this room, which is weird because all of these plants seem to be growing, and plants need sunlight to grow.
Tranelis is gonna say, "Hey, there might be a staff similar to this, but a little bit different. Do you in here? If there is one, do you mind if I take it with me?" Just ask the tree spirits.
You're gonna have to ask the teachers.
The teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Pecco's teachers. They're
Pecco's
fighting. They're mad.
Tranelis, what are you talking about?
Can you guide us to them?
Which one do you want to go to?
Well, there's two, right?
6.
6.
You're a furball. Shouldn't you know that?
Yeah,
I wasn't brought up under Pecco.
Oh.
Harna.
You watch as one of the like ferns sort of like reaches out and wraps around your leg. You're from the Harna, aren't you?
Yes, I'm very at home in this sort of area.
You watch
So-
as
He
the
normally talk to himself like that.
I'm not going to talking to the ones
I think he might be talking to the plants here.
Now, there's a problem in Zeechrah. It's all dead, and I'm trying to bring it back. And I need to find that staff in order to do so.
Is that why the guides are mad?
That's why the guys are mad.
They're fighting.
I keep wanting to get into. I keep wanting to.
I just put my finger over Ares'
They're fighting.
Tranelis, you have to give us a play by
I think I know who the guys
Hang on.
are.
I will explain to them later. I'm like,
But there's
No
6 of
interrupting.
them.
6 of them. That would be
Here.
the cats, the bull, bear,
Oh.
eagle, fox, owl. Those?
And
Are they fighting each other?
The physical ones are fighting with the mental ones. Like they did before,
I see.
during Pecco's time.
Is there anything? Did you know are they in this maze?
You'll find
Do
the
you know
mental
what-
ones in here, but the physical ones like to hang behind the water. I haven't been that far.
Okay.
My roots only stretch up to there. And you watch as the one of the leaves sort of like slowly like kind of drifts out in about 2 feet.
No, the teachers aren't the last campaign's heroes, I don't think.
Yeah, there weren't 6 legendary heroes.
The physical ones. So they're somewhere. Are they scattered in here, or are they all together?
They're scattered. The physical ones are together. Well, not really, but they're behind the water.
Okay, so we need to find the mental ones.
Up to you.
Maybe. All right. I say I get them all up to speed.
Yeah. So Tranelis, as you kind of see, Ash has just been very confused of like, why is the tall tree man talking to himself? But it kind of Tranelis catches everyone up to speed and explains.
Ah, I see. I understand everything now. I have no idea what's going on.
All right.
You kind of hear as you kind of whisper that, Ash, you kind of hear this kind of almost like this gurgling sound, this gurgling woman's voice in the back of your mind go, Neither do I.
Alright, so Tranelis now realizes we're
Call
gonna have to
dibs on
search
the
all
bear.
corners of these mazes. Is gonna zoop and check out down here because I think we need to just search the entire place, not actually like try and find our way through it.
Okay, so Tranelis, as you look down, you see that there is another canopy of trees. You continue through.
I just say hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
I try to keep the trees wholesome.
The trees sort of just like wave in the wind.
Okay.
You continue to move through.
Yep. If anyone wants to follow, you can. Tranelis is just exploring this place, seeing what there is to be
You
seen.
see that
Gonna
more
go in
moon
this corner.
crystals.
Is there more down here, or is that a wall that I'm staring at?
There is more.
PJ's gonna
Oh,
join
wait,
you,
No,
Israel.
it's still a wall. It's a wall. Never mind.
All right, I was gonna go that way anyway, but I'm gonna go down
The
this way.
trail that we blaze!
On the trail.
Yes.
That
yes. go ahead and
trail
roll
that we
for it.
blaze!
Onward!
So you guys
Alright.
are moving this way.
I guess.
Wait, why is Tranelis
I
all the way
shall
down there?
Be nice.
Hashtag we split in the party.
You know, I'm gonna go down with by Tranelis, honestly.
Okay,
I don't think this maze has any malintent. All right, I'm gonna go this way, Aaron.
I
Yeah.
don't know, I'm the one with the torch, so I'm just...
I'm the one with the night vision goggle.
You see opens up into a small, or like a kind of a tree is just sort of like swaying there. It's a willow tree.
Hi!
Are the mental ones this direction? Are the mental teachers this direction?
You see the tree just sort of like.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go down this. Keep going this way.
I'm gonna keep following him.
And as you do, Tranelis, you begin to notice that there is sort of seems to be this archway of stone, of rock, built upon itself, and it seems to be druidic runes are written in top.
What does it say?
It seems to say, "Welcome to the show."
What?
What?
I'm gonna make a note of that and come back to it later.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going this way.
Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Hi ho, hi ho.
You kind of
Tranelis shared this or no?
no.
I'm
Tranelis-
not with you guys.
Tranelis is
I'm
not
gonna
with
share
you
it with Kamir. I'll share it with you
Yeah.
guys later.
Welcome to the show. Does that sound familiar at all to me or no, Aaron?
Not really.
Okay.
Okay.
Aries, you continue to move through.
Hi, tree friend.
You don't hear them, PJ, because you can't talk to plants, but you do see them sort of wave.
But it.
Aww.
Wait.
Yes.
Aaron, what's up this way? Anything in here of note?
There's a very large moon crystal in there, and several other kind of plants.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going this way.
You see that both Ares and Tranelis, you kind of collide into one. As you kind of see at the edge, there seems to be another one of those stone
And Kamir.
crystals.
Kamir's
What
here.
does it say?
Join me for tea.
Oh no!
This is a mad hatter
no,
stuff.
no.
Would
Alright, so there's another one over there that says, welcome to the show.
What?
And then I'm gonna keep up this way.
I think I, Kanan, know what is going on here, but Ash has no idea.
I kinda see what's happening.
Tranelis, you look this way, and PJ, you look this way. You see that there is a final
I'm gonna go with PJ.
What does it say?
Riddle me this.
Riddle me this.
Alright, what's down here?
Spider-Man.
Seems to be it ends. Dead end.
Okay, then let's finish exploring the unmapped area. I think we're just gonna explore the entire maze and just see what's in there.
Yeah.
So you see
I claim this
another
turf.
winding road.
Aries just cut so far ahead of PJ. PJ's like,
I was leading this chunk.
See, I usually don't like
I was leading the march.
As you're
Okay.
moving through, you begin to hear the rushing waterfall.
Okay, so the waterfall is up there.
Mhm.
No, wait, there's stuff behind there. We don't want to go there yet. We need to find the mental teachers first.
but Waters is Aries' home.
Ares, I know you struggle with temptation sometimes, but this time you really need to control it.
Damn.
That was mean.
Ash,
That was mean.
That was kind of mean.
Was it
That's a
wrong?
point, though.
Yeah, just shine my torch over here.
You look through, and you see it's there's kind of several other flowers, small little lilac bushes. They
Okay.
smell really nice.
So, okay, here's my theory. All right. Welcome to the show. That's Charisma.
So, do you guys?
Daverty,
The
that's
only they're Ruby and Kamir are kind of still lagging behind.
Yeah.
Too far away for
I'm
everybody.
making my way. Don't worry. I'm just like trying to take
Sorry, y'all
it
moving.
in. Like, is there anything that like doesn't rub that like rubs the wrong way with this? Like, is there like do I feel like I went into a trap?
Roll an insight check.
Thank you. 29.
The maze doesn't really feel malicious. Nothing's attacked you.
So it's not like PJ, the maze in PJ's basement.
No, nothing like the maze in PJ's basement.
Okay. So I'm gonna go up here. Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, that's just a big loop. All right.
Okay, neat. So Tranelis is gonna say, "All right, follow me. We're going this way," and guides them to the.
Well, they can't really hear you.
Welcome to the
You're in
show.
a totally different area.
Well, I
Yeah.
go back.
I'll say for the sake of brevity, you lead everyone there. So everyone go and move your tokens there.
PJ
Where-
really wants to stay here.
Oh my god, all the way over here.
Come
Jesus.
back.
Okay.
We'll come back. We just need the rest. We just need some. Ares, there's a show. Ares, there's a show. Chanel says there's a show.
There's a show.
Not lying.
So,
Linger our fish boy.
alrighty. So, do you see that the stone doors are shut? They're sort of clasped together.
I'm just gonna knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and as you do, you see the doors open, and you enter
Wait.
into a theater of the round. A sort of this rounded theater with stone steps all along the side, all made of stone, and it's overgrown. You see there's ivy growing all through it, like plants, and just everything is like growing all across it. And you can see sitting kind of where the audience would be you can kind of hear them, are tiny tree spirits. Sort of, if you want kind of a frame of reference to what they look like, I'll actually send you a picture.
I'm going to say to one of the tree spirits, I'm looking for Eagle.
And as you sort of say that, you kind of hear this booming voice. Hello! And you kind of hear it from all around. It just seems to surround the entire area. Ladies and gentlemen.
Kamir goes, oh god.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all folks in between, flowers and foliage alike. It seems our contestants have joined us.
Oh god.
Is this a game show? Are we gonna have to play Family
what was the opening? What was the
Feud in
opening line?
D&D?
Dude, that'd be bad. That'd be amazing.
Hey, guys, what was the line? I missed the line. What was it?
It was, welcome to the show. Here are our new contestants, basically.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I said, oh god, twice.
As
the word.
you know,
Question: what does this guy look like?
you don't see him. You just hear the
Just a
booming
voice.
voice. The booming voice all throughout the theater of the round. As you know, our contestants have 3 strikes before they're out. To give a show stopping number. First up, we have the last of the Zeechrah, Tranelis of the Harna. And you watch as suddenly, Tranelis, you are thrust up by what seems to be kind of like a wind that comes from beneath you, and are pushed out onto stage.
I have panpipes. I already have panpipes
And
myself.
as you kind of are moved out into kind of the center of the theater of the round, you do find the booming voice of who this is coming from. It seems to be a very large anthropomorphic eagle, sort of draped in like just various different like tapestries. Has like seems to be kind of face paint that is like embedded through the feathers, and it seems that his coat, his like feathers, are all like just shimmering different shades. He's a spirit. Sort of like, you know, like the spirits in Avatar, The Last Airbender? Mm-hmm. A lot like that. Alright. What show do you have for me? I'll be your judge this evening.
He's the Eagle Muppet from the Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name. I was trying to remember.
That song that I played with the during the Kariki on the panpipes. I'm just gonna go for it. Just gonna do that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a performance check for me. You're correct. Do you want to run up there? Do you want to run up there and join him? Do you want to run up there and join him, Aries? Looks like we have a surprise contestant, a double axe. Aries Watatsumi of Panmark. An outsider to Zeechrah. Strange duo act, but I'll allow it.
Question. If we win, will you come with us? Because we have an island to save. We gotta make this quick.
Oh, you'll get something in return. Let's just see if you win the prize.
Tranelis looks visibly upset.
So, go. Did you not rehearse before coming up here? Let's go ahead and see the eagle, like, you know, wing come out and almost begin to like kind of slowly come down to where it seems to be a giant buzzer, but it's a giant toadstool mushroom.
Oh god!
Hilarious.
Hang on.
Your style.
I start to play.
Okay, go ahead and roll a performance check. With advantage. Yeah, because Aries is doing it with you.
As I start playing, I said I could make my performance into single combat with an eagle here, but 15.
Okay, you see the eagle sort of like as his hand is coming down towards the toadstool. He's like slowly lifts it off. Kind of like listens to the beat. And you see that the entire room just like fills suddenly with roses. And then like the roses like blossom out. Next, not to my taste. You got 2 more shots to really impress me. And
I'm picturing like halfway between like Sam the Eagle and Rivali from Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, exactly, 100%.
And then suddenly Aries and Tranelis, you feel yourself in the wind, halted off stage, kind of almost like, you know, the wind pushes you off. Who's our next 2 contestants? Or are we gonna have a triple act? Or a solo? I always like those.
I can, Kamir, he like gets up, he's like, I got this.
Alright,
he kind of
saunters. Single combat is still there.
He kind of saunters up to the stage.
Next up,
While PJ sees this happening, PJ's gonna start preparing to get in drag.
Okay, you see that lights begin to slowly. You see the lights begin to slowly dim, Kamir, as you begin to step on, and a slight drum roll begins to start. Next up, our performer. He's over 2,000 years old. Come here, old man.
That's the whole intro.
You're not gonna call me by my real name? I mean, that's fine.
You want me to, Chiron? I thought the stage name was pretty cool.
Whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. If you want, I'm ready to perform. Just give me the word, good sir.
Give me something interesting.
Okay, so I wave my hand and and Ingrid transforms into the Tempest Staff of the air realm.
Oh, I like where this is going. Bring it in a Beelzebub, a double axe.
I strike the ground and cast a fog cloud around me.
You watch as suddenly as Kamir brings up and strikes down and casts fog cloud. This almost like smoke machine bizzles out from the center of where he is. Anything else?
I'm gonna use chain lightning to create like a bunch of like sparks, basically. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure, I'll allow it.
And like around the cloud that I'm in.
Ooh, a light show! I always like this one.
I'm gonna create wind and
dynamic movement.
I'm going to start firing eldritch blasts out from the cloud, and like a tremendous light show.
A special effects light show. I love it. Go and roll a performance check for me.
And then sorry, what's that?
Oh, are you doing anything else?
And like at the end, it like goes. The beams go faster and faster, and suddenly, everything calms down as I cast moonbeam. Daylight in front of me as like a spotlight appears, and I have like my hands raised and like looking up towards the sky.
I will say, for the purposes of this, because that was cool as hell, roll a performance check with advantage.
Performance with advantage?
Hell yeah.
Alright. That will be a 23 bars.
Yay! Killer! Looks like you're moving on to the final round! And you kind of hear there's like this faint chittering of it seems to be crickets and just various different like woodland animals. You hear what seems to be like cicadas and grasshoppers, and they're all like just trying to clap as much as they can, but they're insects.
See, it's funny because normally crickets are a lack of applause.
Yep.
Yes.
So, Kamir, you sort of like saunter upstage, feel a little confident in yourself.
See if you can tell. I kind of like jokingly be like, see if one of you guys can top that, huh?
PJ just smiles. That was a performance?
You see PJ,
I'd say so.
You see as PJ like says that, his eyes are like, actually PJ, if you want to describe your drag makeup.
Okay. So you guys haven't seen this before. But PJ has his hair done up almost like a silver flame. Using magic he learned from Chandri and the other drag queens he met on his journey that we'll talk about later.
One shots, maybe.
And around his eyes are flecks of gold marked with purples and pinks. He's done the contour makeup so that his cheekbones are much higher, but also widened his lips so his smile looks a lot more fuller. And he's ditched like the really like tight black outfit that he's been wearing for a little bit. And it's much more angular and much more geometric. And yes, he's converted his heelys into proper heels. My good muse. He's trying to.
As PJ sort of like skates out along on his like heely heels, and like ends up kind of like standing in the middle. You kind of hear the eagle say, "Now this is what I like, a good costume and presentation."
Where did
and he's
child go?
PJ's actively trying to make his voice sound deeper.
What?
That is the child.
My good muse.
Destroy the
My
child.
dear.
Have you a poll I could use? I'm used to working with them where I come from.
I think that can be arranged. And you watch as the eagle flies up its wing, and you see that a kind of spindly birch tree makes its way in the center of this theater in the round.
Love it.
Oh yeah. PJ's gonna like take his hand, put it like firmly and grasp it tight. And he's not gonna do a sexual dance. But he's going to sing a song.
Should have.
And can I sing it, or at least part of it, not the full song, because
we're running a little bit. We're running out of time, so I'll say no.
Gonna sing a song.
So he sings the opening to Lost in Thoughts all alone, but he chooses the Birthright verse, where it's proclaiming into the light, and it's essentially a song about following through the story. But because his hair looks like fire, he kind of keeps trying to whip it around, and he's using his pole, he's using his legs, and instead of keeping balance with his knees and his thighs, because he's shorter and he's using his arms, he can twirl on the branch using his heels. And he's trying to look like he's spinning himself along the branch by using his heels, by using his arms.
Okay. So PJ,
in addition, he's going to be casting. He's going to be casting firebolts as he twirls his arms upwards, so that it looks like as he's moving up against gravity, it looks like he's like falling down with like flames, almost like a meteor falling back to the ground.
Okay. So PJ, with all of the get up, with all of the prestige and all of the performance, I'm gonna say go ahead and roll a performance check with advantage. I'll give it to you. That's pretty good. I love it. We love drag.
We've always loved drag. I just realized I rolled a D8 and not a D20. That'd be a 24.
All right, you see the eagle, like, as the kind of, like, lights dim as you begin to sing the somber tune, it seems that, like, the ambiance of the surrounding theater in the round aid you in your performance, and you get this show-stopping number. Everyone kind of sits stunned, and then all of the insects crowd roar in applause. It's not very loud, but it's comforting. And the eagle, like, calls out, "Fantastic! You're moving on to the final round. All right, who's the last of my contestants joining us?"
I'm gonna walk forward.
Alrighty. Ruby, you sort of saunter up and make your way up. What are you doing? Here we have Ruby Opal of the Sealy Court.
Court.
Or
I'm going to start almost like starting to like jog, but then start run. I'm going to turn invisible like that. Then, well, because my boots aren't concentration, I'm going to fly up invisibly. I'm going to turn off the invisibility and like nose dive down, then dive up. Let's do a loop around the room. How when people have like with the dolphins, they do the high five thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give the little crickets high fives. A little bit more of a loop-de-loop, and I want my eyes to glow red. Like it's like the
presentation, yeah. All right, Ruby, as you swirl around the room doing this magnificent dance, go ahead and roll a performance check for me.
I wasn't done though.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
So as I come to the center, my eyes beaming red, I look up. I put my, I think it's in Fireball where you do the Kamehameha, with the.
Oh yeah. Dragon Ball, yeah.
No.
You can certainly try it.
Oh yes, well Ben knows what I'm talking about then. And yeah. I do like this artistic move, and I move my chi, and then I put my wrists together, and I put my wrists up, and I cast Bombarda Maxima for the first time in front of all you guys.
Okay.
So there's this huge flash of light, and sparks erupt in every which way. Then this combustible heat energy just explodes from my hands, and it's like sensory overload. Like, it's just lighting up this place with reds and oranges and yellows and every hue of heat.
Oh, I love it. Okay, with that'll give you the advantage. Go and roll a performance check with advantage for me.
But what do you add on to performance?
Charisma.
20.
That just does it. Okay, Ruby, as you finish with a flourish, you look out for your final pose set. As the eagle looks at you, the crowd bursts into very quiet applause. And you hear the eagle's booming voice say, "And that's our final round, contestants. Let's give it a hand, everybody." And you hear the... And that is where we're going to end tonight's session, picking up at the final round.
Nice.
So,
That's great stuff.
thank you for coming. Love you all.
Especially on a Thursday night.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.